I've always thought that winter reading hits that bit different. Sometimes you want pure comfort, sometimes you need a good cry, and sometimes you just want to escape into another world entirely. So today I'm matching 12 books to 12 different moods that you might just feel in winter. I've got everything here from cozy fantasy to devastating literary fiction, gothic mysteries, and sci-fi adventures. Trust me, I've got you covered. So let's get started. So when you want the ultimate cozy comfort book, I have one just for you. This is a book I recommend all the time. There's something so cozy and low stakes about this one. It's recommended by others all the time as well, and for good reason, I think. I'm talking about Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldree. So this is such a simple premise. We're following an orc who has been tipping away in the world at her job for such a long time. She's tired of it, her back hurts, and she wants to settle down and cozy up. She discovers coffee and then realizes that she'd love to set up her own little coffee shop. And this is essentially what this book is about. The stakes are very, very low in this one. There's no battle, there's no world-ending threat, just found family, warm drinks, and cozy vibes. It's genuinely like a hug in book form. If you want something warm and cozy and safe this winter, this is your book. But maybe you're just not feeling cozy at all and you want something with dark gothic vibes. I've got you. I'm going to recommend you a book that I didn't actually love when I finished it, but yet I still think about it all the time. And after having thought about it so much, I realised that there is so much more merit in this one than I first believed. I'm talking about Mexican Gothic by Silvia Moreno Garcia. So a lot of you will have read this book or books by this author. In general, she writes really quite dark gothic books, generally set in and around South America, and this one is no different. It's probably her most popular book. With this one we're talking creepy mansions, cozy gothic vibes, and it's one that has this overwhelming sense of dread that just builds and builds. It is set in 1950s Mexico, and the gothic horror elements are blended with Mexican folklore in these really intriguing and interesting ways. It's perfect for those dark winter evenings if you want something that'll keep you up at night, but like in a good way. The kind of book that you'll have you keeping the lights on, but yet you can't stop reading. Speaking of staying up all night, how about staying up all night to have a good cry? The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. I read this book quite a number of years ago and I remember it destroying me. It's a historical fiction book. It follows two sisters in Nazi-occupied France during World War II, and they each choose different routes, different paths to survive and to get through. One sister joins the resistance and basically risks everything to save as many lives as she possibly can, while the other sister plays it much more safe and just tries to keep herself and her family safe. Both are really heroic in their own ways, and honestly this book will probably wreck you. It's about sacrifice and love and courage and family and what we're actually capable of in impossible circumstances. Fair warning, have the tissues ready, like a whole box. This is the kind of book that will have you sobbing, but you can't stop reading because you absolutely need to know what happens. And now let's bring it back to something a bit closer to home. If you're in the mood for reading some really solid Irish literary fiction, then I got you. I'm talking about a Claire Keegan book, her most famous one, the Booker longlisted one, the one with the movie with Cillian Murphy in it. Small things like these. Fun fact, this little novella is actually set in my small hometown. Our population is about 8,000. So to see our town on the world stage because of this book and the subsequent film is actually really incredible. This book is set in 1965 in a small Irish town. It's a beautiful, quiet novella about a coal merchant and his family. This coal merchant discovers something really troubling at his local convent. This is a book that brings to light a really shameful part of Irish history. It is based on true stories, unfortunately. It's under 130 pages, but it really packs an emotional punch. Claire Keegan, as per usual, she wastes absolutely no words in the writing of this book. Every sentence really feels deliberate and meaningful, and there's something deceptively simple but profound within her writing, I always find. This is also set just before Christmas, so it's definitely got those cozy wintry vibes. If you want that really specific Irish atmosphere, the cold, the community, the moral complexity, then this is one for you. And then if you want pure escapism, this one. I feel like this is a book that I have been recommending so often in my videos lately. It's another book that I read quite some time ago, but it's really been on my mind a lot lately. The book I'm talking about is Piranesi by Susanna Clarke. This book is incredible. I thought it would be the kind of book that wouldn't be for me, but it just is a book that keeps on giving. It is pure and utter escapism. You can't stop reading because you have no idea what's going on. You really want to find out. This is best read knowing as little as possible about it. It's a book that is quite weird, but I mean that in absolutely the best way possible. Our narrator lives in this enormous house that is unlike any house I've ever been in. It's filled with massive cavernous rooms with statues and ocean tides, and he's perfectly content there. But slowly you start to realize that something is really wrong. I obviously can't tell you more without spoiling it, but this is one of those books where you'll finish it and you'll just immediately want to discuss it with anybody and everybody. It's strange, it's unusual, it's completely unlike anything that you've ever read. I've heard that this book is a bit of an allegory for living in a body with chronic illness, and I could see how that tracks. I haven't confirmed that, but it's something that feels like it could be accurate. This is a book for when you really want to be transported somewhere utterly unique, but maybe you're actually just feeling a bit more introspective. Well, I've got another one for you then, don't I? I'm going to once again recommend this book. I'm talking about On Earth We're Briefly Gorgeous by the beautiful Ocean Vuong. So this is Ocean Vuong's first novel. I also love his most recent novel as well, would also recommend that. But for when you're feeling reflective, I am going to recommend this one. This is essentially an epistolary novel, so it's written as a letter from a son to a mother, and the plot twist really is that the mother can't actually read, so it's a letter that she will never read. This is one of the most beautifully written books I have ever encountered, I think. Ocean Vuong is first and foremost a poet, and when you read his works you can definitely tell. This one is about identity and family and queerness and the Vietnamese immigrant experience. It's written with such tenderness and insight and pain. This is really for those quiet winter days when you want something literary and profound, something that'll really make you think about your own life and your own experiences differently. Or maybe, just maybe, you might want actual magic. I'm going to recommend a book that is the first book in a trilogy, but I recommend this whole trilogy if you're looking for winter magic. I'm talking about The Bear and the Nightingale and The Bear and the Nightingale trilogy by Catherine Arden. This is Russian folklore meets winter magic, and it is stunning. We follow Vasya, who is a child who can see spirits that other people can't, and it's set in medieval Russia during the harshest winter imaginable. The atmosphere in these books is really incredible. You'll feel the cold and the magic and the danger. It's got frost demons and it's got house spirits, and it's got this beautiful blend of Christianity and old pagan beliefs. If you want a fantasy that feels like winter itself, this is it. Fair warning, I did tell you that it's a trilogy. You will want to binge them all. And speaking of binging, if you're looking for a really long immersive read, of course I've got you. I'm gonna recommend The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. This book is long. It's worth every page. We've got dragons, we've got queens, we've got forbidden romance, political intrigue, and world building that'll blow your mind. This is really centered around women, which is really unusual in epic fantasy, so I really have to applaud Samantha Shannon for this one. This is perfect for when you really want a book to consume you for weeks. It's the kind of book that you'll be sad when it finishes because you'll just want to live in this world forever. We are set in a world where dragons exist, and there is a queen of the realm, and down through generations of these queens, the queens always have one female child and that's it, and then this child ends up becoming queen, and so on. There's so much depth within this world and within this story. I absolutely adored it. It's got multiple points of view, which is something I always really enjoy. I couldn't believe how quickly I devoured this one. It's perfect for those nice cozy evenings. And then if you're looking for something with a bit more historical richness, I say that with a pinch of salt because this one is based on Greek mythology. I'm going to recommend The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. This is another book that could go under the category of books that will make you cry, but I've decided to put it here instead. You get the double whammy this way. This book is a retelling of the Iliad from Patroclus's perspective, and it's another one that is purely devastating in the best way. Miller's writing is beautiful, and the relationship between Patroclus and Achilles is gorgeously developed. And even though you might know how it ends, I didn't in fairness, but I think most people will, it still just destroys you with how it's written. It's perfect for those long winter nights when you want something epic and emotionally powerful. Bring tissues though. But maybe instead of historical and maybe instead of sad, you want something with a really spooky atmosphere. And so for that, I'm going to recommend The 13th Tale by Diane Setterfield. This is a book that I see recommended a little, but definitely not as much as I think it should be. It's a gothic mystery that you're going to love because it's a book that's about books. It's got secrets and ghost stories, and it's basically booktube catnip. So we have an author who is summoned to write the life story of a famous but reclusive author whom she's never met, and she slowly begins to uncover these really dark family secrets. It's got that perfect cozy spooky vibe. It's atmospheric and mysterious but without being scary or terrifying. It's the kind of book you'll read under a blanket with all the lights on. Absolutely captivating and engrossing. But if you want more classical literature comfort, then the next one is probably for you. I'm going to recommend, and you're probably predicting it already, Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. I only read this one for the first time last year and it was perfect for those winter days. This is the cozy winter classic, even I think more so than A Christmas Carol. We've got the March Sisters, we've got Christmas scenes, reading by the fire. It's just pure warmth and nostalgia. I say nostalgia even though I only read it last year, but you get me. It's one of those books that just immediately feels like home. I'm not much of a classics reader, but this one just felt very accessible from the get-go. If you haven't read it yet or you haven't revisited it for a really long time, I recommend you get on it this winter. It's got everything. It's got family dynamics and personal growth and romance and heartbreak and illness, and it all feels so intimate and real and even current in its themes. And finally then, let's end with something completely different. So I'm trying to delve into sci-fi a little bit more, and if you're looking for something that has all of that sci-fi wonder but cozy, I've got you. So this author is known for writing cozy sci-fi, and she has written a series of books, and I'm going to recommend the first one at the very least, The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet by Becky Chambers. This is essentially a character-driven space opera. It's all about found family and exploring the universe. What more could you want? It follows the crew of a tunneling ship as they travel through space, and this one is honestly just lovely. It's optimistic sci-fi which feels really refreshing. The aliens are fascinating, the relationships are heartwarming, and it'll make you think about what it really means to be human or not human. It's perfect for when you want to escape Earth entirely this winter. And so there you have it, 12 different books for 12 different moods. So whether you are feeling reflective or cozy or ready for adventure or devastated, there's something here for you, I hope. I'd love to know, what mood are you in right now, and which of these books are you adding to your TBR? Let me know in the comments below, and of course if you've read any of these, do let me know what you thought of them, whether you would recommend them, or indeed if you have any other books that you would recommend for these different moods. All the timestamps are of course in the description if you want to jump to the different moods, and the books are also linked below. If you enjoyed this video, of course please do give it a thumbs up, and potentially you might even subscribe for more book recommendations. And if you want to see something more from me, you can watch this video. Thanks for watching, pals. You take care, and I'll chat to you next week, of course, in another video. Bye bye.